Hello, 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 and welcome to a very special bonus module for Expansive Astrology Academy. This is a big bonus module all about managing your mindset so that your manifestations can happen with more ease. Yeah, managing your mindset. Big topic, so foundational. This is literally the foundation to everything. You can do all of the work and all of the therapy and all of the reading and listening and journaling. You can do so much good work. And if you don't have your mindset in check, if you don't really have your mindset on board with what you're hoping, it's gonna be really hard to see any big change and movement in your life. You have to have your mindset on board in order to move forward, in order to realize what you're hoping your reality can be. So, mindset is absolutely everything. I'm going to kind of just jump right into it. When I was writing this module earlier today, I was giggling, kind of thinking on just how important your mindset is, and how if you don't adjust your mindset in terms of how you're changing, you have to adjust your mindset in terms of how you're changing. And I was thinking of some kind of silly, exaggerated examples earlier, but I imagine if you're a very single, traditionally single, bachelor type, living it up single person, and you enter into a monogamous partnership, if you don't change your mindset from the mindset of being hella single into the mindset of being in a monogamous partnership, if you're thinking in terms of a traditional monogamous partnership, if you don't change your mindset, it's going to cause some big problems. You have to adjust your mindset. If you don't adjust your mindset from being a high schooler into being a parent or an adult, you're going to have some big problems, right? Your mindset really is the foundation for absolutely everything. And that's obvious in some of those types of ways. And it's a little less obvious when we're talking in terms of, some subtle shifts and adjustments we want to make within our lives. So I want to ask you, what is it that you want? Where are you at in terms of Expansive Astrology Academy? What are you working on? What is it that you want for your life? What is it that you want to realize in your reality? Just dropped my phone. What is it? Is it more happiness? You want to feel more confident? You want to have more abundance, more peace? You want to have more health? You want to have a more stable, healthier partnership? What is it that you want? Answer now. Now here's the thing. Whatever your answer is, more abundance, more happiness, more peace, more confidence, you have to, right now, stop chasing that. You have to right now stop seeking that, stop chasing it, stop grasping for it. That's not working for you anymore. Here's the big mindset shift. You're no longer seeking it. You are no longer chasing that thing. Let's go with confidence. You are no longer seeking to be confident. From now on, you are just going to be it. Crazy. If you're seeking abundance, you're going to stop seeking abundance and be abundance. If you are seeking health or a healthier body or if you're seeking health, you're going to stop seeking, you're going to stop seeking confidence, you're going to stop seeking a boyfriend, and you're going to start being it. And I giggled when I said the boyfriend one, and I mean it. You're going to stop seeking a boyfriend, and you're going to start being your own damn boyfriend. You're going to start making yourself feel like the prettiest one in the room. You're going to start pleasuring yourself and taking yourself on dates and making sure your own needs are being provided for. And once you step into that mindset, what you want will be more likely to fall in line. What you think influences your vibes and how the energy that you have within you and like the energy that you're putting out. What you think, what you believe, what you believe about yourself and your world influences your energy. Your energy, oh my gosh, let me take a sip of water. All right, nope, we're doing great. Your energy, so your beliefs influence your energy and your vibes and the vibes that you're like putting out, your vibrations. Your vibes influence the actions that you take and how your actions are being received in the world and the energy behind your actions, right? Your actions influence your availability and your openness and your availability to receiving what you want. I'm going to back that up. What you think, what you believe influences your energy, your vibes, what's happening within you, which influences your actions and the steps that you take and the ways that you're approaching the world, which influence what is coming in to your world, what you're allowing in to your channels, your world, your reality. So it is so important to check your beliefs. It is so important to try to remain in a sense of empowerment and empowered beliefs. What seeds are you watering? Which belief seeds are you watering currently? Where has your mindset been in terms of where you are, what you deserve, and what your goals are, and how likely you are to achieve your goals and realize those things? Where has your mindset been? What does your mindset garden look like? You know, are there a lot of weeds or plants? Is your garden full of little sproutings of scarcity and beliefs surrounding like a lot of lack and a lot of like, that can't be for me, or I don't deserve those things, or all men are garbage? Are those the flowers and seeds that you're watering? What beliefs are you tending to? What beliefs do you entertain? If your goal is confidence or abundance, or do you spend a lot of time sitting with and chatting with and watering and like energizing beliefs such as what was it? I think I grew up believing once, I don't remember the phrase, like once trailer park trash, always trailer park trash. That was told to me as a child, and that was a belief that I really sat with and watered for a really long time. And that influenced my confidence and my sense of deservingness for abundance in my life, right? And I didn't even really realize how much I was nurturing and hanging out with that section of my garden. Once trailer park trash, always trailer park trash, whatever that means, by the way. What the fuck does that mean? Nothing. but it meant something to me, right? That phrase was told to me at some point by somebody that mattered to me for some reason, and I don't even remember who or where that came from, but it mattered to me somehow, and I really adopted that belief, and I planted it into my garden, and I assigned a whole bunch of meaning to it, right? I was like, oh, this means something. It means something to have grown up in a trailer park, and it apparently will mean something for the rest of my life. I nurtured that mindset for a very long time, which influenced how I felt about myself and how I approached the world, which influenced my actions, right? Which influenced my availability for things. So, for example, cut that. We have a lot to cover, so I'm not going to go into an example of that right now. Let's see. Are you watering scarcity-based beliefs or lack-based beliefs about yourself and your world and your potential and your identity? What beliefs are you tending to? And in what ways, in what subtle ways, are you tending to those areas of your garden? Some examples of that could be if you have a lot of lack-based beliefs regarding your deservingness for like abundance, you might be subtly contributing to that mindset by not cashing checks or not paying bills or not checking your bank account. That is a way of like perpetuating or nurturing your mindset or beliefs around like, I don't have enough. Another example might be if you have some lack-based beliefs around I don't want to keep using like the binary and using men and relationships with men as an example. It's a good example though, and it keeps coming up. And it's common, so I'm just going to go with it. If you have a lot of beliefs around like men are trash, they'll never provide for me, they don't understand me, things like that. And it doesn't have to be men. Okay, it can be anybody. If you have a lot of lack-based beliefs around like I can't have a partnership because nobody understands me, you might be subtly contributing to that and like nurturing those thoughts by giving like 1 or 2 word answers to people, or by expecting them to know what you need without telling them what you need. That continues and perpetuates those disempowered beliefs. And here's why. Confirmation bias. Confirmation bias. The universe and your brain seeks to prove you right. And that's exactly why it is so important. I'm very excited about this pen. That is exactly why it is so important to think as though all of your thoughts have the potential to come true. It's imperative, because your brain and the universe is seeking to prove you right at any given turn. So here's what's exciting. You can shift from a state of paranoia and fear that the world is against you and you are alone and things are going to end up wrong for you. You can choose to shift from that into a state of what's called pronoia, which I hadn't heard of before. But what if you had the mindset and the belief system and the thoughts that the universe and the world and the people around you are on your side and they're trying to co-create the best possible life that you can ever have. What if pronoia was your like default state of being? You can choose which proof you try to seek out, and it takes a lot of work and a lot of mental exercise and flexing, because the bad shit is never gonna end. Sorry to tell you. The bad shit is never gonna end. Negative shit is gonna happen to you all the time, your whole entire life. People are gonna wrong you. You're gonna fuck up. Devastation and destruction is going to happen. And that is not because your mindset is off. It's not because you're manifesting destruction in your life and you're doomed to be in a state of chaos and disarray and destruction forever. Bad stuff just will continue to happen. Don't mind my sneezy cat in the background. Him is sneezy. Bad shit will always happen, and it is not a reflection of you fucking up your manifestations or you deserving it somehow or anything like that. And you can actively choose what proof you seek out. You can choose to seek out proof that the world is on your side and here to only assist you in up-leveling, and experiencing more ease and more confidence and more abundance. What if you sought out proof all day, every day, that anything that occurs is in your best interest in those ways? Even the hardest shit. Divorce, bankruptcy, court proceedings, fucking abuse and trauma. It's hard to say. But what if somehow traumatic events in your life and ways that you have been wronged, what if somehow ultimately that was only for your growth, your ultimate growth and greater good? Let me know how that lands. Let me know how that lands authentically. I want to hear from you on that. How does it feel to consider your life in that way? How does it feel to consider seeking proof and evidence that the universe is on your side and that you can create your life for yourself, even through the darkest, most fucked up times? Let me know. I authentically want to know. You can always choose which proof you seek out. And I feel like it's an important time to acknowledge that we never, I'll confidently use the word as absolute as never. We never hold on to beliefs that aren't meant to protect us. So those beliefs that I'm always going to be alone, or men are trash, or he only did that to hurt me, or I don't know. All of your beliefs are only there to protect you. Brain does a really good job of trying to protect us and keep us sheltered and safe. Brain is only trying to protect you, whatever the belief is. And I'll also give any of your loved ones or not loved ones, anybody in your world who helps to feed their brains stories that are contrary to the mindset work we're trying to accomplish here. any of the stories your brain or people tell you, like, ooh, men are trash, or you don't need X, Y, or Z, or you'll never, or like you're being unrealistic to expect X, Y, or Z. You should just do X, Y, or A, B, or C. Whatever stories your brain or other people tell you are only meant to keep you safe. They're only meant to keep you on a path that we all feel safe on, and that you already know, or that the other person already knows, your overbearing mother or father or grandmother or whoever. We never hold on to beliefs for any reason other than we think that they're helping us and keeping us safe. So it is imperative to acknowledge that, so that you can tend to it, and so that you can honor it and do some work around that. It's also helpful to acknowledge that in other people, like your overbearing grandmother who says, like, oh honey, like, I don't know, men are trash, like, she's only saying that to try to, like, protect you and keep you safe. Tom has joined us on the desk. Hello, Tom. And I mentioned that here to hopefully help you. If you have that those people in your life, it can be really, really difficult to manage your own mindset if you're getting influence from other people that is similar to what your brain is saying. That's why I bring that up. Got a little distracted there. Sorry. Hey, Tom, you're on my notes, bud. So it's imperative to acknowledge that we only hang on to beliefs that make us feel safe, because then you can tend to your brain's need to feel safe. Because if your brain is telling you something like, men are trash, or I'll never be in a healthy relationship, or I'm always going to be fat, or I'm always going to be broke, or once trailer park trash, always trailer park trash, whatever the stories are, whatever the mindset is that your brain is currently trying to tell you, if you acknowledge, like, ooh, brain, like, do you think that's keeping you safe somehow? Because let's chat about that a little bit. Like, what's the goal there? And can you convince your brain that, like, you're safe, even if you let go of that belief, whatever it is? It's yeah. Mm-hmm. What do you believe? What do you believe? And acknowledge that a belief is not a fact, right? My old belief that once trailer park trash, always trailer park trash is A, not a fact. It doesn't mean anything. I don't know what that means, first of all. But also, I had to acknowledge that that was there to keep me safe. And when I really dove into that, and I looked at, like, ooh, okay, how is that belief keeping me safe? You know, it breaks down into things like, things that are easily disputable. Things that sound a little like, oh, like, I don't believe that. Why am I thinking that? Things like, well, I don't know, once trailer park trash, always trailer park trash. What's behind that? That if you grew up a certain way, that you won't know how to behave in certain realms or around certain people. And that can be a belief that will really keep me safe from embarrassment, because if I were to walk into a ball in my trashy Daisy Dukes, then I could be really embarrassed and I could get kicked out of the ball, and that would be embarrassing, right? So my brain tells me, once trailer park trash, always trailer park trash, to try to keep me out of the ball and try to keep me from being embarrassed. Weird example, I've never been invited to a ball, and I've also never worn Daisy Dukes, so don't know where that came from, but I hope it serves. I hope it makes sense. So what do you believe? What are your beliefs about yourself and what you deserve, and your deservingness of the goals that you have, and what do you believe about your identity and your, like, your destiny in the world? What do you believe about those things? really break it down. Remember that your beliefs are not facts, and and that they're there to keep you safe. And that can hopefully help you start to really adjust and tweak it. You can't allow, or I want to encourage you to work on not allowing these types of stories and beliefs to just run through your system unfiltered without a second thought. Because when these beliefs run through our system, that's the energy that we're putting out. There's a really great example. Rather than thinking, I'm going to be a musician someday, I'm going to try to be a musician. I'm going to try so hard to be this, that, or the other. That's a certain type of energy. It brings a certain type of energy, sorry for repeating myself, to you and your beliefs and how you're approaching that. If you can shift that, very simple shift from I'm trying to be a musician, I'm gonna be a musician, shifting that into I'm a musician, I play music, I practice music, that's a whole different energy. That is an activating type of energy. Instead of, I'm going to be so healthy someday. Watch out, world. I'm going to be so healthy one day. Rather than that, what if you were to shift into a mindset of, I take care of my body. I am being health. Instead of, one day I will be so abundant. One day I'm going to have no problems with money. Not at all. Money won't even be a thought on my mind. Instead of that, can you shift into, I am abundance. I have everything I need. Here's the key difference. Not only in the energy, but in the actions. When you have a mindset of, one day money won't be a problem for me. One day I will get my finances under control. That allows your brain an out of like, oh, I'm trying. One day it's going to happen. Like, I know what to do. I'm trying. I'm still in a state of trying. Your brain loves to stay exactly where it is today. So if you give it an out like that, it's going to take it. Most likely. When you can shift from like, one day money won't be a problem for me, shift that into something present day that can feel factual. You're not going to say, I'm a millionaire or money is not a problem, because if you adopt that mindset, that can be really problematic and dangerous, right? You don't want to go from having money problems and wishing to have control of that. I'm not telling you to adjust your mindset to, oh, fuck it all, like everything's great. No, but you shift into, like, money isn't a problem for me in a more logical way. And I have control of my finances, and I can provide everything I need for myself and my family. You shift into that in a present day type of mindset, and that allows you to take control of your finances, however that looks right now. You adjust from there because you have this energy of empowerment and control in the here and now, not in some future fictional version of yourself that has it all together and you wake up every morning and have a smoothie and do yoga and you're invested in investments and I don't know what I'm saying. You're not waiting for some future far off version of yourself that has your shit together. You're adopting that mindset here today, right now, given what you already have. If what you're seeking is confidence, you do not wait until you lose 20 pounds to show up in a more empowered and confident way. If you start to show up in a more confident and empowered way now, with the extra weight that you don't want, and weight is not a bad thing to have. If you decide that like you are confident now, and that you are deserving of feeling confident in your body now, and that you take care of your body and experience health now, you are much more likely then you're much more likely to experience that energy and that vibration, which means you are much more likely to step into actions that are aligned with that goal that you're wanting in the end. I hope that makes sense. Your beliefs create an internal landscape for yourself. They influence your internal landscape, your internal knowing, your beliefs influence your internal world, which in turn, your internal world creates and influences your outer world big time. Think of times that you're hangry or grumpy, and like a bunch of like grumpiness and anger is happening in your internal world. That's going to leak out, and it's going to start to like be seen in your outer world. I'm sure you have examples of that in your own life. And we're often really willing to acknowledge and respect this fact when it comes to like the negative. I hear people who are really willing to acknowledge, like, yes, when I am grumpy inside, even if I say I'm fine, and even if I'm really trying to control my shit, like my kids can feel it, or my spouse can totally feel it, or I can't help but like snap at the receptionist, right? It comes out. We seem to be less inclined to believe that in a positive way. We seem to be less inclined to believe that when my internal landscape is full of empowering thoughts and, narratives and stories that contribute to positive, high vibe energy running through my system, that also helps create our external landscape. It also influences the way we are met in the world. That is not to say that if you are met with negativity and fucking bullshit, that means there is something negative and awful within you. And when your internal landscape is really well managed and nourished, and your garden is full of really empowering, high vibe, positive beliefs, it makes it much easier to manage when bullshit or wrongdoing is like thrust upon you. Okay? So managing your mindset and like manifesting what you want in your life is a lot more than just like editing the stories that are happening within you. I've mentioned a lot about our beliefs and how our beliefs influence our energy and our vibe. And that is foundational. That is so important. You have to have like an undercurrent of positive, empowering, like pronoia beliefs to get started. And you can't just sit around and journal and feel very spiritual and light candles and like pray. You can't just do that and expect to see massive change and movement within your life. It's both. It's both belief and faith and inner knowing and mindset work, and using that to fuel your actions, and using that inner landscape, that inner dialogue to influence how you act in the world. There has to be some sort of action behind your manifestations. So you can journal every day for a year or 2 years or 5 years. You can manifest, like, I am abundance. I will be abundant. I am abundant. Like, my life is abundance. But if you are not acting as though you are abundant and your life is abundant, if you don't marry any sort of action to those dreams and manifestations and goals, they're gonna lay dormant. They're gonna just kind of sit. They're gonna dud. You have to marry some sort of action consistently to these sorts of things. So if what you're trying to manifest and what you're trying to secure your mindset around is confidence, you're going to have a really hard time, even if you do so much spiritual and soul and mindset work around confidence and self-love and loving yourself. If you don't marry that with action, and if you don't shift how you are in the world, it might improve, but you'll probably feel a little lackluster. You'll probably feel pretty stuck with it. Here's the thing. You get to play pretend. It's kind of fun to think of it this way. When you are manifesting and managing your mindset and trying to reach goals and adjust how your relationship with the world and yourself, you get to play pretend. When you start to manage your mindset, that means adjusting your beliefs, which adjusts your vibes and your energy, which adjusts your actions. And here's where playing pretend comes into play. Lots of play time. You get to pretend as though this shit is true. And it might feel a little futile for you, or it might feel a little fake. This is where you have to make sure that your goals are really aligned for you. Because if your goals and your mindset are really aligned, because it has to feel true for you. The stories that you're running through your system have to be as believable as the old ones that have gone unchecked for forever. So you can't shift from once trailer trash, always trailer trash to I'm a fucking queen. That's probably going to be really, really hard for you, for anyone, most likely. So it has to feel believable. For example, I don't know exactly what my journey looked like, but something that would probably feel a little more believable for me would be shifting from once trailer park trash, always trailer trash to I am deserving of fill in the blank. I'm deserving of nice things. I'm deserving of comfort and security in my finances. Shifting from one extreme to the other is gonna feel really fake and false. And that's something that I hear complaints about or struggles around all the time is well, I can't just walk around feeling confident and telling myself I'm confident when I'm not confident. You gotta meet yourself where you're at and make sure that the shift is feeling true for you. So if you're struggling with that, let's chat about it. Let's figure out how to make that feel really believable for you. But where was I? Playing pretend. You get to step into an existence as though you have everything that you're seeking. If we're constantly waiting for some fictional future version of yourself to experience abundance or happiness or peace or confidence or self-love or whatever it is that you're wanting, fulfillment, passion, whatever it is that you're wanting. If you're waiting to meet this, that, and the other goal or expectation or landmark, I don't think that's what I mean. What do I mean? If you're trying, maybe that is what I mean. I don't know. If you're waiting to meet some sort of goal in order to feel what you want to feel, you're never going to feel what you want to feel because you're waiting for something that's fictional. All of your ideas about your future self are fiction because they're in your imagination. They're not true right now. So what is true right now? Can you be a person who is in control of your emotions right now? Can you be a person who is in control of your finances right now, even if you're filing for bankruptcy? Can you be a person who feels confident and empowered and who takes good care of their body, even if you are hoping to lose 20, 40, 60 pounds, whatever it is? Even if you have illnesses or ailments, can you be a person who experiences a sense of health and wellness in your body as you are? That might be really hard depending on where you are and what your hardship is. And that's what we're being invited to work on when you're wanting to manifest these things or adjust your mindset. That's what we're being invited to work on when I'm asking you to practice playing pretend. Play pretend in the universe as if it's true that you're allowed to be confident right now as you are. It's imperative to use consistent practice. Managing your mindset is a practice. You practice at it and you get better and better and better at it, and you learn how to adjust it more and more easily. And you will have moments of doubt, and you will have times of major doubt and disempowerment and unease. And that is also exactly why this practice is so imperative. I heard it compared to the weather, and it's raining yesterday and it's sunny today. There's the weather versus the underlying weather patterns where it's springtime now and soon it'll be summer and then it'll be winter. When you compare it that way, where those patterns, the seasons, the underlying patterns, if you can manage it so that your underlying patterns in your mind are those of abundance and fulfillment and really managed pro-noia type of beliefs and thoughts, if you can get it so that that is your status quo and your main way of being, then you can have weather fluctuations, and you can have cycles and days where there's a fucking storm, and you can have really long, really intense, really devastating storms too, and knowing that you'll be able to tap back into that really managed mindset that's underneath the storms is so valuable. And that work, and it makes that work so worth it. When even in the midst of those sorts of storms and fear and panic or anxiety or self-doubt or imposter syndrome or whatever comes up, even within those storms, you can still tap into and rest into and sink into an underlying current of I am supported by the universe, and even this storm in the end is here to support me and my ultimate goals and desires in my life. So I hope that this is helpful. I really hope this is helpful. This is really big work. It's a really big topic. I'm not asking anything easy of you in Expansive Astrology Academy, that's for sure. Please let me know how this lands for you. Let me know what work you're doing and have done and hope to do around your mindset and really mastering, manifesting a really positive mindset that works for you rather than against you. All right. I'll talk to you soon. I'll talk to you in the Facebook group. I'll talk to you later. Have a really good night. Bye-bye.